Hey, Vsauce Michael here, and when the pyramids of Giza were built, the tallest was 147 meters tall, making them the tallest things humans had ever built.
And they remained that way for nearly 4,000 years.
It wasn't even until the 1300s that we finally got around to making something taller, a cathedral in England. So, does that mean that the Great Pyramids of Giza are the best, tallest structures of all time? Well,
To find out more, all aboard the boat.
so what is a building? Well, technically, a building is a structure in which at least 50% of its height comes from floor plates where people can live, work, chill out. It has to be habitable. Any less than that, and it's not a building, it's a tower. After the Lincoln Cathedral finally surpassed the height of the pyramids, a number of churches continued to be built that kept breaking and setting new records. The next long-term record holder was the Eiffel Tower. It was the tallest thing ever in history that we had built for about 40 years in a row. It was finally surpassed by the Chrysler Building in New York, a personal favorite, which was then quickly bested by the Empire State Building. Now, the Empire State Building is interesting in that it was the first structure ever built by man that was so tall, were you to jump off the top of it, you would actually reach terminal velocity before you hit the bottom. It was the first structure we'd ever built that was so tall, rather than just continuing to accelerate as you fell, you would actually stop accelerating because you would reach the fastest possible speed your limp body can fall at. In the mid-1950s, something weird started to happen. Humans started to build radio and TV towers. These things could be way taller than the buildings that we'd made previously that had to be habitable. And so, ever since the Empire State Building had its record broken by a TV tower, all these other famously tall buildings, the Petronas Towers, Taipei 101, the World Trade Center, the Willis Tower, formerly Sears Tower, none of them have ever within their existence actually held the title for being the tallest thing we've ever built. There was always a radio or TV tower somewhere that was taller. Up until quite recently, and for quite a while, the record for the tallest thing ever built by humans went to the Warsaw Radio Mast in Poland. It's visually incredibly striking because there aren't any other skyscrapers around it. It's all alone, being very tall. Well, that was until 1991, where some workers exchanging guy wires made a mistake and the whole thing started to bend and then snapped in the middle. There's no video of the event happening, but it would have been similar to this collapse, though much, much taller. After the Warsaw Radio Mast collapsed, the KVLY TV mast in North Dakota became the tallest still standing structure built by man. But recently, buildings have made a comeback, and to check that out, we're going to have to travel to the Middle East.
This is the first time I've ever touched the Nile.
Ta-da! Okay, so that was me dipping my waterproof camera into the Nile. If you were to take the entire length of the Nile River and stand it up on its edge, perpendicular to the Earth, it would reach into outer space about this far. It's pretty impressive. But where does the space shuttle orbit? And where does the International Space Station orbit? This far away? This far away? Maybe this far away. Actually, if this pink, inflatable, horrible boss's ball was the Earth, the space shuttle would orbit about right there. It's incredible, but it's possible because the shuttle and the International Space Station travel so quickly. They travel so quickly around the Earth that instead of seeing one sunrise and sunset every 24 hours, they see 16. But don't be jealous. You can easily see more than one sunrise and or sunset in a day by taking advantage of tall structures. So let's take a look at the tallest structure, the current record holder for the tallest thing humans have ever built, the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. The height of this building blows my mind. You can literally watch the sunset from the base of the building and then take a super fast elevator all the way up to the top and watch the same sun set again. In fact, the difference in timing between sunset at the base and the top is so significant, the Dubai Islamic Affairs Department actually had to make a ruling about when you can start and break your fast during Ramadan inside the building. People above floor 80 or higher have to actually wait to start eating 2 to 3 minutes after the people at the base because the sun hasn't yet set for those at the top.